chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll power his way up near the 25. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 24, Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bengals at 7-5 now in the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
11, 11, 11, 11.
First down. Here's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A very solid gain of 27.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
11 MT, 11 MT, stop.
Burrow will throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw here. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football. When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because...
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And what a return. He's all the way down to the 30.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Looking middle, and that's complete.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all. Just about.
And look at this, it's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Well, if you're ever going to try the fake punt, this would seem to be the place to do it, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah, you got to make sure you throw it to your guys and not the other team. But yes, in this spot on the field, only needing a few yards for a first, I think that decision was okay and spot on. The problem was the execution. It was not.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Lance now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here we go.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
11 MT.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Under pressure, and they got to him again. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And taken right on the 30. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Chubb. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Come on, set. Hey, check finger.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Looking deep downfield. And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
11 Thomas.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Running right, here's McAllister to about the 33-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a toss out wide to McAllister. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The Lance going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Thought that might be the goose egg breaker. Still stuck on 0.
Yeah, this is still a tight game, too. We got to keep that in mind because that miss there, you hang your head, you let it affect you the next time you go out there, then you've really hurt your ball club. Get yourself together. You might get another opportunity, and they're going to count on you to put it through the post.
12.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Here we go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
11.
Now it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
11 empty, 11 empty. 12.
Burrow looking to pass. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with third and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Lance looking to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
11, Thomas. 11.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
11 mighty.
Now Burrow. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On one, ready?
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Mixon trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Browns' drive about to get started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Chubb running right. And some room to work. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Chubb will get the call running left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Hand cycle. Strike. Strike. Hey, computers.
Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The offense on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
York able to send this one through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. After the pick six, here's Burrow again. That one caught downfield by Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Past the 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Lance to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Lance back to throw. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
11 MP, hey! 11 MP, stop!
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here we go, here we go. 11 MP, 12, 12, 12.
They'll run with Mixon, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Here's Lance. And that'll be incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the give, McAllister with it. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Lance looking to throw. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Now Lance. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead. York now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Browns 25, Bengals 21.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he'll have a quick first down on a nice hook up there as he'll get out of bounds to stop the clock as well.
11, Palmer. 11. 12.
Throwing, Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Now Burrow. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Here we go.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
11 MT.
A final shot now for Burrow. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up.